Oh, why is your screen so filthy? There, got it out of the way. Now you don't. Y'all don't have to say it. Um, well, I wanted to talk about this. I'm not really sure totally what to make of it. Um, I saw this in the, this this interview discussed on the Salty Cracker channel, and I just kind of had to take a look for myself. Um, Ever since seeing Wag the Dog, or seeing Wag the Dog for the second time since I became enlightened, since I got my red pill injection suppository uh, a few years ago, and in that time period saw um, Wag the Dog again. It started to occur to me just how much of what we see out there is shown on the news is pure theater. Um, and really, if it is, what can we do about it? I guess we could uh, uh, accuse them of fraud, but I don't know. Is it even technically fraud? I tend to think the what is it, the Smith-Mundt Act, which got repealed under Obama in 2012, which made it illegal to propagandize American citizens. They repealed that act under some kind of pretext, in a bipartisan effort. So don't try to make this about Democrats versus Republicans. Um, there was a member of both parties saying we need to repeal this act to protect our selves from fake news. This is a little bit before the everybody was talking about, no, that's not real. That's just fake news. This was a few years before that, but it kind of presaged or presaged that. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'll admit, I've just seen it written. So hopefully one of my attempted pronunciations was right. And I'm sure one of you know-it-alls will tell me in the comment section. Um, okay, so how much of what we see on the news is pure theater? And, it's not always so blatant as this, but this is really, this really captures, this makes me think of, Capricorn 1, where they're talking to the supposed pilots of the first moon. First mission to Mars, and they're talking about what it was like to land, and how they're doing just fine and everything, and they're actually sitting on a set, a movie set. Well, here we have in this interview this Ukrainian Air Force pilot, supposedly named Juice. Juice is his name. What a jocular name for a Ukrainian Air Force pilot. So let's just see a little bit of this.
Our people, Russians, and we are ready to defend our country, to defend our people in absolutely any ways.
Juice, a Ukrainian fighter pilot who only went by his call sign to protect his identity,
This is on Yahoo News.
Appeared on Anderson Cooper 360 Monday, where he spoke about the fight for the skies in Ukraine.
Honestly, I guess I could look for it in CNN's archives, but I cannot stomach getting on CNN and digging around. I'll admit that's a weakness of mine. I just can't. There are some things I just couldn't handle doing. That's one of them. So I'm going with this thing that I found, which is kind of covering the story of this story. Now, notice I'll play a few more minutes of it.
Though Russia continues its massive assault on cities across the country, Juice spoke of the mounting Russian casualties as their offensive has slowed to a crawl.
Russians have a lot of losses, and they have a fear of our air defense, so they couldn't fly here just comfortable.
Okay, so let's go back to Juice. Okay, so those old enough to remember will recall that there was all of this uproar about when Iraq invaded Kuwait, that they supposedly went into the hospitals, took babies that were on incubators, yanked them off the incubators, and left them there to die. And there was some lady telling the story to Congress, some Kuwaiti woman who was tearfully telling the story to the House of Representatives or to all of Congress or in some mode or manner. I can't remember exactly. I would have to go back and see find that story. But it's not. I don't think it's hard to find if you do a few minutes of a search. And it turned out that this woman was closely connected with the Kuwaiti government, and she wasn't who she claimed to be, and all of the atrocity stories were totally unsubstantiated, totally false. I don't think anyone is even claiming otherwise now. Well, here we've got this guy with his visor and his helmet, and just this close-up of his face. Why is he giving an interview in his full... It's just kind of corny, isn't it? Like, why not... Isn't it enough to just talk to him in his flight suit or whatever, sitting in a hangar? Why do you have to have this close-up of his face? Like this is the Death Star scene or something out of Battlestar Galactica or something like that. And he's wearing the visor like in Top Gun. I mean, they're trying to be so cinematic here, but it looks so corny and kind of cheap. And I don't know, Salty Cracker, was saying this is a fake interview. I guess there's no way of knowing for sure at this point. It hasn't been outed as fake, but I just have my suspicions. I really do. This just... and it's not like there isn't precedent for this kind of thing. And again, so much of the news is staged. So much of it is orchestrated. So much of it is contrived. Let's hear a little more.
Fly here just comfortable.
Juice, who was on standby, also spoke about his current role in defending Ukraine.
My colleagues from the radar units, they're just giving me the information.
Okay, I mean, the broken English is fine. I mean, of course, he wouldn't necessarily know how to speak English that well. But how do we know this guy isn't just... how do we know that he isn't just some actor pretending to be a Ukrainian pilot? Again, it would be much more palatable if he were sitting in a hangar in his flight suit, and we didn't have this close up of his face. We didn't have this this effort to this. It's like overkill. They're trying to oversell him as an ace pilot or something. It just doesn't register as authentic to me. What do y'all think? Let me know.